Hey everybody, my name is Gavin and I love horror. Around this time last year when I reviewed Halloween Kills and didn't love that movie, a big question I had and a lot of other fans had as well is, well, we need to wait to see how Halloween Ends turns out because Halloween Kills was the middle part of a trilogy. If Halloween Ends sticks the landing, maybe we'll go back and appreciate Halloween Kills a lot more. And I can safely say I appreciate Halloween Kills a lot more now because Halloween Kills, for all its faults, isn't as terrible as Halloween Ends turned out to be. Let's get into it. First off, before we get started, would love if you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and then interact in the comments below. I love talking with all of you. Good, bad, if you hate me, at least you're commenting, but I do appreciate all of my subscribers. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Also, do want to give a heavy spoiler warning up front because I'm spoiling the whole movie. What happens, the twist, how Michael Myers dies. If you hang out till the end, I'll go into vivid detail about how he finally gets done in. But yeah, spoiler warning for this because also it's hard to talk about what makes this movie so terrible without actually spoiling it. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends picks up 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills, and Laurie and Allison are trying to move on with their lives and try to lead somewhat of a normal life. Michael Myers has not been seen for 4 years, but the town of Haddonfield is still very much on edge. Anytime there is a murder or some kind of suspicious death, people think it's Michael Myers, but honestly, Michael Myers has not been seen for 4 years. If you're a fan of Laurie and Allison and Michael Myers, don't worry because we're spending no time with them in this last movie of their trilogy. Instead, we're meeting a new character named Corey. We're meeting a new character in the last movie of a trilogy. That'd be like if in Return of the King, instead of following like Gandalf and the Hobbits, we hang out with a new character named Douche Magoo for 2/3 of the movie before Gandalf shows up and we finish the movie. And let me tell you, Corey is a big ol' Douche Magoo. Corey's arc is that he was babysitting a kid and accidentally killed him when the kid locked him in an attic, and to get out of the attic, Corey kicks the door knocks into the kid, and the kid gets knocked over the railing of a stairs. Like, it's pretty crazy to open a movie with. And I was like, okay, maybe this movie's gonna do some cool things. Maybe it's not gonna be so bad. I mean, we just watched Corey yeet a kid off a staircase. Corey does get off of murdering this child on like some manslaughter charges, and the whole town hates him because, you know, he killed a kid. But for some reason, Laurie thinks that he'd be a good fit for her daughter Allison and tries to set them up. And this movie has like real bad, real twisted romantic movie vibes. Not romantic comedy, because this movie is not funny at all. There's no jokes, there's no humor, there's no levity whatsoever. It's just kind of bleak and really kind of boring. The first part of this movie does not include Michael Myers at all. It's like you're watching a really shitty Lifetime movie that Jamie Lee Curtis accidentally wandered into. Long story short, Corey is basically terrorized by the entire town, and he's being bullied by these 4 marching band kids. I've never seen marching band kids villainized in a movie before. Like, these marching band kids are just dicks to Corey. And there's a scene where he goes to a party and has to confront like the mother of the kid that he killed, and it's very melodramatic, and he storms off and he's walking home on an overpass, and then the band kids throw him over the railing, and you're like, oh no, is Corey gonna die? He's not dead. Instead, he gets dragged to the sewers by our good friend Michael Myers, who now hangs out in the sewers. And this is when the movie starts to be like, what? This is not what I signed up for in my Halloween movie. What are we doing with sewer dwelling? Michael Myers wakes up, grabs Corey by the throat, and you think that he's gonna kill him. You're like, oh no, he's gonna kill Corey. What's gonna happen? Instead though, they lock eyes, and then Michael Myers imprints his evil onto Corey like he's Jacob Black seeing Renesmee for the first time. Yeah, I've seen Twilight. I've seen all the Twilight movies. You know what I don't like being reminded of in my Halloween movies? Twilight. But at this point, this is no longer a Halloween movie. This is it. This is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, with an imposter Jason mixed with Christine, also mixed with the shitty parts of Spider-Man 3, because now Corey has to be real moody and dark and starts being taken over by the soul / motivation of Michael Myers, and it's never really confirmed what's actually happening. Like, does he control Michael Myers? Is Michael Myers controlling him? What was that stare down for? But like I said, Corey becomes moody and violent and then helps kill a cop who was really way too old to be dating Allison. Like Allison's like, this is my ex-boyfriend. And this dude's like collecting Social Security. What? I know there's May December romances, but this is like, what? You couldn't get any younger, hotter cop to be in this movie? You couldn't find any actor to play hot cop? And the craziest part about this is that Corey drags this cop to the sewers and then they team up for a team kill of this guy. Like Corey holds this guy while Michael Myers stabs him, and then you get the trope of Michael Myers getting stronger with each stab, like getting his energy back, like he's Frank Cotton eating somebody in Hellraiser. This goes on for a little bit until Corey decides he wants to take the mantle of Michael Myers. And to take the mantle, you gotta get that mask. You gotta get the mask, daddy. You ain't nothing without the mask. So Corey goes back to the sewers and wrestles Michael Myers in just a weird, like a struggle, like they collar and elbow tie up, and then Corey just kind of takes him to the ground, mounts him, and doesn't even punch him, just kind of takes his mask and leaves him there. It was hilarious. I know I said this movie's not very funny, but that shit made me giggle. Michael Myers has been fighting people for decades now, but this one kid can like just take him down, take his mask and run off. So yeah, Corey is now Michael Myers and he's going on a killing spree of anybody who possibly tried to give him any kind of grief. They decided to fight a radio DJ who told them like just leave the studio because they were like on the roof. And if I may rant for a moment, about how the radio DJ and the radio station is portrayed in Halloween Ends. Now, I did professional radio for 8 years. So whenever I see radio not being portrayed correctly, it always bothers me. And Halloween Ends is a terrible offender. First thing, I have no idea when this DJ is on air. Most DJ shifts are 4 to 5 hours during a certain day part, like mornings, afternoons, nights. This DJ is on all the time. He's on in the morning, he's on in the afternoon, he's on in the evening. Like he never goes home. Secondly, you mean to tell me in the year 2022, this radio station is still playing actual records? No, that shit's all digital, okay? You have a button you press, it's all stored on a computer. You don't have to play the actual record like it's the 1970s. You are not the radio station from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Stop it. And then finally, this DJ is talking way too much. Normally when you're talking on a break, you get like 30 seconds to a minute. That's it. This dude is monologuing about Michael Myers all day long. At some point, his program director is gonna pop in the studio and say, shut the f up about Michael Myers and play some Ariana Grande. But the kill on the DJ was pretty cool, so I guess I'll give it a pass. But thankfully, then the real Michael Myers shows up for the fight with Laurie. And where was this movie for the last hour and 20 minutes? Because this last 20 minutes are fantastic. This is what we all thought. When you saw the trailers to Halloween Ends, this is what you were anticipating. This is what you wanted. This is what you needed. And they showed you that in the trailer because it's the best part of the movie. It's the only part of the movie that I would want to go back and rewatch because the rest is god awful. Also, if you're wondering about the gore and the violence, it's nowhere near the level set in Halloween Kills. So if you like that level of gore, you're gonna be disappointed. I was also kind of bummed out by the amount of cutaway kills and kills done out of focus. There's a really cool kill they do to one of the band kids. Yes, the band kids are recurring villains throughout Halloween Ends. This kill involves a blowtorch, and it's a cool blowtorch scene, but you don't see all of it, and it definitely didn't go as far as it would have gone had this kill been in Halloween Kills. But the final showdown, Laurie fights Michael Myers, and it is a knockdown, drag out, really violent fight with Laurie having the upper hand pretty much the whole time. She basically crucifies him to a kitchen island. She puts knives in his hands and pins him down. There's a cool scene where she stabs him in the hand and then uses a pan to like nail it in. So that's cool. And then she tips a refrigerator. She tips a refrigerator on this man's knees. That man is in his 60s. He ain't playing YMCA basketball ever again. You ruined his old man basketball career. But Michael Myers is pinned on this counter, and then she takes the mask off and she cuts his throat. She cuts Michael Myers' throat. He starts bleeding out, but he grabs her by the throat. He grabs her by the throat, and you're like, oh no, they're both gonna die. Then Allison shows up in the nick of time to get the hand down off her throat, and then she cuts his wrists and blacks his eyes so he can fall asleep tonight or die. But she cuts his wrist, he bleeds out, and Michael Myers is dead. They kill Michael Myers. They do it, they kill Michael Myers. That sounds kind of underwhelming, doesn't it? Like a throat cut, some wrist, he just bleeds out. That's underwhelming, right? But wait, there's more. Because they take Michael Myers and they tie him to the roof of Laurie's car like he's a Griswold family Christmas tree, and the sheriff's department and the whole town follows them in a procession to the junkyard. There's a junkyard, and there's been this machine we've seen the entire movie that we're like, I bet somebody's going in there. They take Michael Myers and they dump him into Chekhov's car shredder, and we watch Michael Myers get chewed up, destroyed by a car shredder, and it is as gory and as glorious as we deserve for the end of Michael Myers. And that was a good movie. Like, just do that last 20 minutes as a short film, or put it at the end of Halloween Kills, and you got yourself, you're done. We don't need this third movie at all. The movie finally ends with a happy ending, with Laurie and the sheriff sitting on the front porch looking to the future. Laurie gets her happy ending. She doesn't die. Michael Myers is dead. Evil finally died that afternoon-ish, I guess. Evil's dead. It took a ways to get there. This is not a good movie. It's just not. It's considerably worse than Halloween Kills. It's absolutely the worst of this new trilogy by a wide margin. Halloween Kills at least felt like a Halloween movie. Michael Myers killing people, brutalizing people. He was always in the background being a menace. Halloween Ends is boring, and you don't have Michael Myers in it that much at all, which is a bummer for the end of this character, allegedly. This is definitely, for me, a bottom 3 Halloween movie. Like, no doubt, bottom 3. Like, I'd rather watch Halloween Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and Halloween 5 back to back to back before sitting down and watching Halloween Ends again for a while, because at least those movies feel like Halloween movies. This feels like nothing. This feels like a nothing movie that Michael Myers got added into, and that is a bummer for longtime fans of the series who felt like this was going to be the big send-off that Michael Myers deserved. But for me, he got that send-off at the end of Halloween H2O. That's the gold standard for killing off Michael Myers and ending a series. So that's why they made 5 more movies. And honestly, if you're tempted to see this movie, just watch the last 20 minutes on YouTube. Do not see this in the theater. Do not go to a theater and see this movie. If you need to watch it, get it on Peacock. Watch it that way. Don't waste your money seeing it at a theater. Save your theater money for the good original horror that's out right now. Go see Smile, or Pearl, or Terrifier 2 if it's showing near you, or Barbarian. These are all great original horror movies that deserve your money. Halloween Ends does not deserve your money. Halloween Ends should be the end for a while, because horror is moving on without Michael Myers, and I think we're better off for it. But what did you think? Were you a fan of Halloween Ends? Do you feel like this was a nice send-off for Michael Myers? Or are you agreeing with me where you think it's just complete garbage and did not need to exist? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm sure you will sound off on me like you've been doing in the last couple of videos. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. And as always, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like for this video. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you. Enjoy your spooky season. And until next time, stay weird.